Remember, please hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go.
Hi, everyone. Today is Friday, June the 6th. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and this is Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. I'm starting with the 4-hour chart today because it's just a little bit cleaner, and I want you to see how range-bound we actually are. So, employment numbers, a job situation comes out today. We had an ADP number that was pretty tragic, and the market bought the dip. So, what are we seeing? Big storyboard, we're in a wide range. Expected moves on the low side for the ES today, 58.82. Expected move on the high side is 59.82. I think we could probably break the top of that edge because we've got a 4-hour bullish candlestick formation sitting here. The hourly formations show that to be a fair bit bearish. And so we've got a cross current. Once again, are we potentially taking a turn? Momentum tells us that potentially we are. Is momentum divergent? Not really. It is a higher low. It's not dramatic if it is. But this pullback does tell me that there's a potential for us to move higher today, and in pretty grand fashion, in my mind. So that's what I want us to look at. Zigzag, clearly bullish. Moving average, flat, but still up to flat. And the VWAP, very noisy, but supporting price underneath. Where is the short? My thought is underneath 59.55 could be a pretty nice short, or something that breaches 6,000 and then 6,008 and then comes back in and loses 6,005. That makes the nice short. If we look at our hourly formations very quickly, we're going to see that we're battling at that number that we've battled at for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. If we break out of that range, it's going to be inventory that's been accumulating, and it will distribute at either a premium or a discount, one way or the other. Looks to me like if they break out of this range, there's quite a bit of movement available for it to shift to the upside. I would not sit in any shorts for a long period of time. I think a lot of people are expecting the jobs number to be one that will bring the market down. And if a lot of people are sitting in that direction, it's going to move in the other direction after a short period of time. Okay, let's take a look at the NQ. First, we'll stare down the 4-hour. Expected move to the upside, 21,704. Expected move to the downside, 21,242. We've got another bullish candlestick that actually has a little bit of a doji attached to it. But we are getting into that range, so any kind of news could jolt us. Look at how sideways we are. Yes, our zigzag pattern is up. But in the grand scheme of things, we are moving up and retracing most all of the move. Moving up, retracing most all of the move. Moving up, potentially retracing most all of the moves. I would not be surprised to see another very sideways, wicky day for price action in the NQ, actually across the board. Look at this move. Downside formation for a bearish candlestick event. Then the opening candle, huge. That's a really big opening candlestick relative to the prior days. It's almost 100 points wide. They pull back, rocket out of it, and then look at where they move to. The top of the most bearish candlestick sitting in the Qs for the prior day. That suggests if they cannot get up over 21,704, they are going to collapse. Yep. If they do break out of it, we could see the upside pressure vent all the way into 21,849 and even 22,000, right? Clear as mud, folks. Clear as mud. Taking a look at the 4-hour, well, that's very interesting. Taking a look at the 4-hour formation in the YM, we can see another bullish candlestick. The top of that range, 42,680. The bottom of that range, 42,300. What is the zigzag? Slightly downward, but look at the whole range. This, I've been talking about this forever. I said, listen, from May to September, we're going to sit in this big, nasty pocket. That's been my thought. And we went from the bottom of the range to the top of the range. Do we break out? And then I'm wrong? Potentially. Potentially. I always have to think about, where does my thesis go bad? If I break 43,000, that's clearly to the upside. If it holds it, the thesis is broken, right? They are still measuring 43,400 for the implied vol on the month. The people who've been shorting that have been excellent. Look at how many candlestick formations are overlapping each other. That tells me, hey, listen, we're in a peat bog, all right? We are in a peat bog. Could prices accelerate up? Yes. Could prices accelerate down? Yes. What's the trade? Buy the dip, sell the rally. Buy the dip, sell the rally. That makes for a lot of patience, folks. Low edge of the range, 42,300 with about a 40 tick stop. High end of the range, 42,700 with about a 50 tick stop. That's what I'm seeing for the YM. Let's take a look at micro Bitcoin. Let's go to the 4-hour first. You guys know I'm very bearish, or mildly bearish, on this one. But it came into 100. That's the weekly vol move that we put up. I measure that on Sunday night. That's the number. It came right down to it and bounced. Actually, I think it missed it by about 6 ticks, right? And so where are we? Here is this nasty range pocket, right at about 105,000. My suspicion is that's a great short. However, if it doesn't lose 102,500, it could be going back to the top of the range, because this whole thing is in a range. What's the zigzag tell us? Upside pressure, right? Upward trend. What does the moving average tell us? Upward trend, but we are underneath it, so the traders are trying to find support. Every single wave has been a break lower. Every wave has been a break lower. Until that changes, we're going to have downside pressure. So let's measure this one on the 4-hour. I'm going to make sure it's only visible on the 4-hour. We'll leave that break. Let me double check. Only perfect, right? And so we'll be watching this to see how it does coming into 105, 106,000. I'm going to be quiet, not do anything. If it gets to 105,600, I'm going to start stalking a short. If it gets to 106,520, I'm going to watch it fail there, and I'm going to see if I can take the short in the range. Take a look at all the noise. Noise, 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 noise. They bought the dip and sold the spike until they got to here. And then it just fell off a cliff, right? Yesterday afternoon, it absolutely cratered. Now, I don't know why, but if it lost this big range and had a tremendous amount of sellers, I'd expect to do it the same. Maybe a bunch of people come in short quickly, and then we have to watch the blow off top and see the liquidity test fall over the edge, right? Could that come with the employment numbers ahead in just about 8 minutes? Potentially. I don't know. But it's already blown past its expected moves. High end of the expected move is 102,000. The people who have been shorting these calls or shorting the puts, man, have they gotten their hat handed to them. I mean, wow. It's been awful. But for us, looking at the big ranges, we just fell out of one. If we stay out of it, we've got more downside pressure. If we get back in it, we could run all the way up to 107,100. Let's take a look at oil. Gosh. Allergy Alice over here. Okay, so oil, 4-hour chart showing very heavy congestion. Weekly implied vol move. It's breached it literally every single day, every day. Higher low, holding the highs. Today, the new implied vol move based on the day, $64.10. Below us, $62.62. And dancing around, of course, that $63.45 coming into the jobs number. If the jobs number is weak, oil will fall. If the jobs number is strong, oil will rise, theoretically speaking. What is trend, though? Trend is up. We're above the moving average. We're dancing around the VWAP. In this big space, dips are still buy zones. They're still buy zones in my book. Let's take a look at the 1 hour formation. You can see the sticky bits. This is the current trend. The zigzag is now flat. It started a new range. Really trying to get out of this noise pocket. Again, it's noise. What do you do with noise? Don't trade in the middle of it. Wait until it gets to the edge and then move. Wait. That's going to give you the best bang for the buck. Expected move to the upside, 610, as I mentioned, to the downside, $62.62. Let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at 4 hour. Look at this mess, right? Highest candlestick on the 4 hour formation is this 4 hour beast right here. And we're sitting in the, what? And we're sitting in the middle of it. Right? Now, what's trend? Zigzag says it's up. What's momentum? Down. So what are the traders doing? They're hunting for a support zone. Where's the most likely support? Well, if they can't hold the low of this high volume candlestick, they're going to drop into deeper support. Expected move on the low side, $3,354. On the high side, $3,414. This looks very range bound to me, folks. Wait for the dip, watch for it to hold, buy it. Or wait for the spike, watch for it to fail, and sell it. I can't tell you anything else. The weekly implied vol move is $3,373. Could it recover from that edge? Yes. I mean, I am a little bit bearish on the gold scenario, but literally, I'm not going to bet any teeth on the direction that it goes at this juncture. Zigzag on the 1 hour, up, right? Moving average, up to flat. Underneath the VWAP, they are off hunting for support. Momentum suggests that. So wait for the support action. That's going to be the volume candlestick with all the selling. If they can't hold this edge, they're toast, right? They're absolute toast. So that's the trade there. Let's go to SPY. Pretty zigzag also. Look at how many days we've been sitting in this formation. Zigzag pattern says slightly upward. We are trending slightly upward, right? But overall, it's a big fat range. Take a look. Big move down, recovers all of it. Halfway down, recovers all of it. Halfway down, again. Could it recover it and move to the upside? Absolutely. What's the trend? Up. What's momentum? Down. Looking for support. Dips or buys. Dips or buys. Doesn't mean you buy and hold. Doesn't mean you buy the breakout. But if the breakout has a shallow pullback and continues up, you better not be short. It's going to strip your gears. It is. It's going to strip your gears. Okay, taking a look at the Qs. Lastly, implied move down, 523. Implied move up, 530.73, $530.73. I think these guys have this compression way too tight. One, it's a Friday. Two, it's a huge jobs day. I would look for it to blow out of those edges and get higher at around 535 to 536 if it breaks away, or lower at $523 to $520 on the lower edge. They're still hunting for support. We've got a high and a low, and now looking like a lower high at $528. Jobs number about to hit the wire. So let's go back to the ES and see if we see it come in the next hour. excuse me, in the next minute. No, I'm not going to keep here for an hour. That would be really bad. Let's see what it does, right? This is the do or die line. That's why they've been dancing around it for so long. It's the do or die line. My thought is, whichever way they go, they're going to reverse. They're not going to hold the edge all the way to the top. I don't believe that that's the cycle that we're sitting in. Whichever way it is, it's going to move, and then it's going to be reflexively going in the other direction. But I have no idea. Could it be a nothing burger? Sure. I mean, are they really going to move off of this number? I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But as we stare it down and we wait for this wick action, there goes the wick. All the way up to the high end of the formation. It's going to run all the stops. $6,008 potentially. I don't know what the jobs number says, but it doesn't really matter. We are thinking about what might the traders do in this kind of environment. What are they going to do? Right? My thought is they're going to fail the top of the motion. And as soon as they get to the top of the motion and fail, you know, we're going to fall back in the range and they're going to give it all back. It's just been the name of the game. Literally, it's been the name of the game. Now, there are going to be shorts that are going to be very aggressive, so don't wait. Don't jump in the short right now. Get yourself in a space where you wait for that edge and then move. And if you're chasing the long, have at it. You can do it on a 1-minute chart. Okay, that's it for me, folks. I'll see you soon. Take care.